follow that up with my next question, which is, let's give some real specifics here. How do they, caregivers, how do we resolve, work through, use self-care to help diffuse some of these emotions?
Well, the first thing is you got to become conscious of where you are. And a lot of times, a lot of caregivers are truly not. And they've cut off because they've taken on so much pain. They've been exposed to it for so long that they really don't feel anymore. And it's taking a toll. It becomes, that stuff takes on a life of its own, and it's not going to be too positive. Sometimes it takes a team member, supportive people to come around and let them know, hey, this stuff's starting to get to you. You're starting to physically burn out. You're taking your anger out on a lot of us. You've been through a divorce already, which, by the way, for a caregiver, for the caregiving world, it's about 70% divorce rate. Mm-hmm. For first responders, it is. A lot of drinking, and somebody needs to come alongside and go, look, man, I care about you, and I see what's happening here, and I don't think you're aware of how far over the edge you are at this point. It does take that as a beginning. The next part of it is for us to be more committed to being honest with ourselves about where we are, really. I've seen too many people that don't know how to truly be honest with themselves. And they put on a good front, they put on say all the right words, and yet when you really check, I call it integrity, that what they say and what they do is the same. I've seen too many people say one thing, and then when you really look at it, there's not much behind it. So there's got to be that honesty with ourselves. We've got to know where we are. We got to know our good and bad. We've got to know our tendencies. We've got to know what effect trauma's had on us, our own. And I don't mean we have to be cured, but we got to know that about ourselves, because we're going to be taking on what goes on around us. And in a crisis, lots of things go on, and we're going to be affected by it. First responders, paramedics, caregivers of all kinds, we take on the energy and impact of what these people are going through. It affects us. We got to know what their part of that we've taken on from other people and who we are. Otherwise, they come together and they get all embroiled, and it's very hard to sort it out, and that's when things begin to go down.
Get very messy. And
messy.
Very confused and unhelpful.
And that's when people begin to act destructively and get resentful and eventually burn out.
They can burn out.
Yeah.
Okay.